Johnny Depp, the unexpected, new iconic role that will stun everyone in the world of Hollywood. There are few names as magnetic, unpredictable, and universally intriguing as Johnny Depp. For decades, Depp has remained a cinematic enigma, a shape-shifting performer capable of turning the strangest of roles into global sensations. From the eccentric Captain Jack Sparrow to the somber Edward Scissorhands, from the sly Willy Wonka to the haunted Sweeney Todd, Depp has never followed the predictable route of fame. Yet, in 2025, the world is once again holding its breath. Because Depp's next move is not just another role, it's an unexpected, deeply transformative, and potentially career-defining performance that insiders are already calling his boldest rebirth. Rumors about this new project began swirling earlier this year when a cryptic announcement appeared from Depp's team, an unnamed film under the direction of an award-winning visionary, with Depp in a role unlike anything he's ever done before. No title, no trailer, no genre confirmation, just whispers, fragments, and speculation. But in the weeks that followed, the pieces began to form a picture so striking that it set the entertainment world ablaze. This isn't just another comeback. It's Johnny Depp reinventing himself yet again, in a role that no one expected him to play. A return born from silence. After a series of highly publicized personal and legal battles, Depp had retreated from Hollywood's glare. For many, the last few years represented a period of quiet reflection, a retreat into his art, his music, and his private world in the south of France. Many thought Depp would choose to stay out of the public spotlight permanently, focusing instead on painting, music, and his deep connection to his band, Hollywood Vampires. But then, a small clue emerged. Reports surfaced that Depp was in deep discussions with a European director for a project described as existential, poetic, and emotionally explosive. Within weeks, he was spotted on a secluded set in Italy, dressed in unfamiliar attire. Not the flamboyant costumes fans were used to, but something stark, raw, and almost sacred. No one could have predicted what came next. The leaks revealed that Depp's next role would be that of a fallen philosopher turned revolutionary, in a dramatic epic exploring the boundaries between art, morality, and redemption. The film, now confirmed to be titled The Phoenix Sonata, will be a psychological masterpiece, part historical, part metaphysical, and completely outside the Hollywood mainstream. The role. A radical departure. In The Phoenix Sonata, Johnny Depp plays Adrian Voss, a once revered intellectual who disappears after a moral scandal, only to re-emerge years later as a mysterious underground leader, guiding lost souls through an apocalyptic world, torn apart by ideology. It's a hauntingly symbolic character, one who reflects both destruction and rebirth. And for many, it mirrors Depp's own journey. This isn't just a performance, says a producer close to the project. It's a confession, a resurrection, and a rebellion all at once. Johnny poured his entire soul into this role. He wasn't playing Adrian Voss. He became him. Early footage shown at private screenings has left insiders speechless. One critic described it as a revelation, the kind of performance that only a man who's lived through both heaven and hell could deliver. The character of Adrian Voss is deeply philosophical, an artist struggling with his past, confronting his failures, and seeking a form of redemption through chaos. There's a raw, almost biblical intensity to Depp's portrayal. One set designer shared. You can see the pain in his eyes, but also a kind of forgiveness. Not just for the character, but for himself, the visionary behind the project. The mastermind behind the Phoenix Sonata is Luca Caravelli, an Italian auteur, known for his surreal, dreamlike storytelling, and uncompromising artistic vision. Caravelli, whose previous films won accolades at Cannes and Venice, reportedly wrote the script specifically for Depp after watching Minamata, the 2020 film in which Depp portrayed war photographer W. Eugene Smith. Caravelli explained his inspiration in a rare statement. Johnny is not an actor. He's an emotional architect. He builds worlds through silence, glances, and contradictions. When I saw him in Minamata, I saw a man haunted by truth, and I knew I had found Adrian Voss. According to insiders, Depp and Caravelli's collaboration was intense but harmonious. The two men reportedly spent weeks discussing philosophy, poetry, and the psychology of guilt before shooting even began. The production took place in remote Italian landscapes, abandoned monasteries, and underground ruins, spaces that mirrored the film's themes of decay and rebirth. One crew member described the filming as almost spiritual. Every morning, Johnny arrived hours before shooting, walking barefoot across the stone paths, studying the light, the air, the silence. He wasn't preparing lines. He was preparing his spirit, a performance that redefines him. What's remarkable about Depp's approach to this role is how stripped down it is. Gone are the exaggerated gestures and quirky eccentricities that define some of his most famous characters. Instead, the Phoenix Sonata shows a side of him few have ever seen. Restrained, mature, brutally honest, he plays with silence, said Caravelli. Every breath is deliberate. Every hesitation has meaning. He's not performing. He's revealing. The film's trailer, still unreleased to the public, reportedly shows just one powerful sequence. Depp's character, walking through a ruined cathedral, whispering, "If truth is a burden, then let me carry it until it breaks me." The line, delivered in Depp's deep, broken whisper, has already become the centerpiece of online fan discussions. Critics who attended a private preview of the unfinished cut described his performance as Oscar-worthy, calling it the culmination of every risk he's ever taken as an artist. Depp's emotional preparation. In a recent interview with a European magazine, Depp gave rare insight into his mindset leading up to this role. There comes a time when you stop chasing characters and start confronting yourself. This film, it wasn't about pretending. It was about letting go of masks, even the ones I didn't realize I was still wearing. This quote alone set social media aflame, with fans and media outlets speculating whether Depp was referring to his public struggles or to a deeper artistic evolution. For those close to him, this role has been healing. A close friend commented, "Johnny found a piece of himself again while making this movie. It gave him a purpose beyond survival. It gave him creation." It's no secret that Depp has always used art as a form of therapy. His paintings, many of which depict his emotional journey through fame, have sold for millions worldwide. Music remains another lifeline, with his bandmates confirming that he wrote several haunting songs during filming. Melodies inspired by the Phoenix Sonata's central theme, redemption through ruin. An unlikely comeback path. The industry had long wondered whether Johnny Depp could ever return to major cinematic roles. Yet his comeback was never going to be a Hollywood blockbuster. Not for a man who has built his career on rebellion against predictability. Unlike his peers who seek franchise revivals or action-heavy returns, Depp chose something deeply personal and daring. The Phoenix Sonata isn't backed by a major American studio. Instead, it's an independent European production with an art house soul. It's already scheduled to premiere at the Cannes Film Festival 2026, where it will compete for the Palme d'Or. Insiders suggest that several Hollywood producers have already approached Depp after hearing early buzz about his performance. Everyone wants to work with him again. One executive confessed. But what's different now is that Johnny is in control. He decides the pace, the projects, the people. The industry's reaction, Hollywood's reaction to the news, has been nothing short of electric. Directors like Guillermo del Toro and Tim Burton have publicly praised Depp's courage for choosing a role of such depth. Rather than chasing commercial redemption, Burton, who worked with Depp for decades, commented, "Johnny has always belonged to art more than to the industry. He doesn't play characters, he channels them. This new film will remind everyone why he's irreplaceable." Del Toro added, "Depp is one of the last true cinema poets. His return is not about popularity. It's about truth." Meanwhile, younger actors have also voiced admiration. Many see Depp as an artistic father figure, someone who redefined what it means to be a leading man. "He showed us that beauty in film isn't about perfection," said actor Timothée Chalamet. "It's about mystery." The visual world of the Phoenix Sonata. The cinematography of the Phoenix Sonata is already being hailed as a visual masterpiece. Shot on 35mm film, it combines Renaissance-inspired lighting with dystopian landscapes. The film's production designer described it as a painting that moves through time. Every scene has symbolic weight. The use of mirrors, dust, and shattered glass recurs throughout. Metaphors for identity and fragility. Depp's character often walks through these reflections, fragmented and ghost-like, embodying a man literally shattered by his past. The film's composer, Icelandic artist Hrafn Sigurdsson, created an original score built on minimalist piano and haunting choral harmonies. Depp himself contributed a guitar piece that plays during the film's closing sequence, a melancholic melody he composed during filming. Caravelli revealed that the final scene was filmed in a single, unbroken take lasting nearly 7 minutes, with Depp improvising parts of the dialogue. Friends, subscribe, and good luck!